What's up, everybody? It's your boy ClaytonFilpo, and today we've got some big news. The Air Force, the freaking Air Force, is leading the charge, making it easier for people with tattoos, ADHD, eczema, asthma, all this stuff. They're making it so much easier for people to get in. And if you have any of those things, this is especially good news for you. Like, for example, the Marine Corps' tattoo policy has been pretty strict over the last few years. So you've got people that are really freaking smart. They're built like a brick shithouse, but they can't get in because they have a tattoo on their forearm. Like, what is that? So the Air Force finally came to its senses and they're like, you know what? Why are we doing this? Like, why are we keeping all these people from joining the military who want to serve their country, who want to make a difference, but they have, you know, a tattoo right here, or, oh, they had asthma when they were like 14 years old. So real quick, I'm going to put up the official graphic that the Air Force just released today. As you can see, anywhere in blue, you can have tattoos. So we're talking, like, you could potentially have a damn full body tattoo. As long as it's not on your hands, your neck, or your face, you're good. Meanwhile, here's the Marine Corps' tattoo policy. That is way more confusing. As you can see, anywhere you see red, you cannot have a tattoo. Obviously, not on the face and neck. That's not a big deal. But what does it matter if you have anything on your elbow? So that's the tattoo policy. I mean, good on the Air Force for, you know, making a tattoo policy that is much more lenient. I think everybody can agree that in this day and age, tattoos are not frowned upon. They're a way of art and expressing yourself, and so many people have them but have been denied for years and years and years, and now finally the Air Force is leading the charge, so good on you. Moving on, okay, let's talk about asthma. So the Air Force is going to be using a new test. I'm going to pronounce it wrong. I'm looking at it here. It's called methacholine challenge. Yeah, so I might be pronouncing that wrong, but they're going to be using this new test, and it's going to tell them, okay, if you have asthma, or if you've had a history of asthma, are you still fit enough for duty? Like, is it going to affect you physically? And if it doesn't, if it's not going to hinder you and your performance physically in the military, they can give you a waiver and bring you in. I mean, it used to be an automatic disqualifier, but nowadays I know plenty of people that have gotten waivers. But the Air Force is saying right here that they're going to give you a test, and if it hinders your physical ability to join, they're just not going to let you in. That makes sense to me. I mean, if you can't run, if you can't, you know, do your physical activities, it's the damn military. You should be able to do that. So that makes sense to me. ADHD. If you have ADHD and you're trying to join the Air Force, you have to at least have 15 months off of your medication, show that you are operating at a level that is at least average for your education or for your job, and then they'll let you in. This is great news because so many people get disqualified for having ADHD or for having a history of ADHD, but now they're saying we will issue you a waiver and we will let you in as long as you can show for just over a year that you're operating at an average level, at least for your education and for your job. Let's talk about weed. Mary Jane, pot. So if you tried to join the Air Force in the past, they might have said, no, you cannot join because you smoked weed X amount of times. That used to be the rule. If you said you smoked weed this many times, you cannot get in. Now, if you've ever been arrested for marijuana, or if you have a dependency on marijuana, which I'm not really sure if that's even a thing, but if you do, those are disqualifiers, or they can be at least. But if you ever smoked weed just for fun, here or there, they'll take that into consideration, and most likely they'll be able to push you through. This is great news because you guys might know just a few videos back, I made a video about trying to join the Marine Corps if you've smoked weed, and the Marine Corps' rules on the whole thing are kind of sketchy. Like, for the most part, they try to push people through and they try to get them in, but it's very like discretionary. It's up to like the recruiter, and one recruiter might say no, but another one might say yes. So my advice for anybody joining the military who has smoked weed in the past, you know, be honest and open with your recruiter, but if one turns you down, go and see another recruiter because they might let you in. Be sure to go check out that video about joining the military if you've smoked weed. It's much more in-depth, but this new policy from the Air Force, this is good news. This is great news, okay? And finally, let's talk about eczema. If you have eczema, yes, you might be disqualified from a few jobs, and we don't know what those ones are yet, but what they're saying is, yes, you can definitely come into the Air Force as long as it's not like a horrific case of eczema. So that's a lot of changes for the Air Force side. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I think this is good news. This is a beacon of hope. This is saying that if the Air Force can make these policy changes and bring in quality people, that maybe, just maybe, the other services will get their act together and let more people in that are absolutely qualified just because they have a tattoo right here or a mild form of eczema or something little like that, you know? Of all the services to lead the way in this, I'm actually a little surprised it's the Air Force. But at the same time, I couldn't be happier that all these policies are being changed for the Air Force, because there have been so many people who have messaged me over the years, and I just don't know what to tell them because they're desperate to get in. They want to serve their country, but these little rules, these little tattoo rules, a marijuana usage over here, you know, eczema over here, it's like, I'm just happy. I'm just happy. Like, this is great, you know? So let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? What are your opinions on the change for the Air Force? What do you hope happens from this? My personal hope is that the other services follow suit. But I want to hear from you guys, so let me know in the comments section below. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.